temperatures. So that's a win because we haven't had much of them. The cooler air moves in. You get your bit of a break through the beginning half of the day on Saturday, and then into Sunday, it's going to feel chilly for your Easter Sunday. And in addition, if you're doing an Easter egg hunt in the garden, it's probably going to be rather soggy from the wet weather. And then unfortunately, as I say, some of us could be dealing with that trace of snow. Krissy Vann joining you, and of course the long weekend has started for many, so we want to know what your plans are, rain or snow. Well, we're seeing both across the country, and then we'll be talking about some epic Easter egg hunts. And speaking of which, well, we travel to Milton, Ontario, where I think the epic situation here is, and of course an adorable pink Easter bunny there, super cute. Now we want to see your plans throughout the Easter weekend. I put out the call to action here, and you can see that I've already gotten the festivities started. I painted these eggs last night, so get cracking. And of course, on the weathernetwork.com, we have so many great articles, and Katie Jones, one of our writers here, has actually composed the epic Easter egg hunts from around the globe. And an unfortunate reality, but let's face it, we've been seeing storm after storm through eastern Canada, so it's been difficult to get through for many. Winter doesn't seem to be ending, but it is that way throughout many parts of the country. Through Friday, we're actually seeing another push of rain in southern Ontario. So showers continue overnight. This picks up through the afternoon, 10 to 15 millimeters, and locally higher in thunderstorms. But you'll see that will most likely occur stateside. Heading through Thursday, well, the temperatures were finally mild. Look at that. St. Catharines got to 19 degrees. Did you enjoy it? It's short-lived. And watch what's happening in the north part of Ontario into Quebec. We're actually seeing a push of snowfall through the overnight into the morning, 5 to 10 centimeters for you as well. Some trace snow amounts in western shores of Newfoundland as well, getting into some heavier snowfall. We'll have your local forecast details coming up on the 10s. Storm Hunter's monster hurricanes coming up in just a moment, but first a glimpse across the country. We have wet weather moving along the BC coast, leeward of the Rockies. We do have a trough making for some unsettled conditions, potentially wet snow through the prairies. And then, although seasonal in Ontario, wet weather and starting to become rather unsettled to the east. Saturday stays messy in eastern portions of the country. Cooler air starts to move through the prairies, and the showers continue on the west coast, and so do storm hunters. Storm Hunter's monster hurricanes continue in just a moment, but first, some of the active weather across the country. You can see along the BC coast, the rain continues heavy in the north and central coast, 30 to 60 millimeters, and we will see gusty winds in the Georgia Strait. Rain moves through Ontario Friday as well, 10 to 15 millimeters for southern Ontario. Overnight, you are dealing with patchy fog, and overnight through Friday, ahead of a warm front, snow makes its way to the Maritimes and into Newfoundland. Now your monster hurricane Storm Hunters continues. And there you go. And of course, that active season's really starting to fire up stateside. We'll have Mark Robinson and Jacqueline Whittle out storm chasing as we head in through May, possibly even early June. But what did we see in Ontario today? Well, in southwestern Ontario, traveled that way, but with the colder lakes, those storms just didn't fire up. We did, however, get a significant push of rain, and there's more rain to come. As we head through Friday, particularly in the afternoon, we are going to see that 10 to 15 millimeters of rain fall, and to the south, locally higher amounts in thunderstorms. It's looking like that will stay stateside. Now, Thursday, finally the warm-up everyone has been waiting for. 12 degrees in London. St. Catharines got to 19, and the city of Toronto, 17 degrees. I hope you enjoyed, because the landscape will change when it comes to temperatures. Our last warmish day, Friday morning, we're looking at 6 in Hamilton, 3 in Barrie, 2 in Pembroke to start things off with sunshine. And through the afternoon, you can see there on your icons in London and Windsor, that's when the rain. North, we're actually looking at snow. We saw that push of warmer air in the yellows, and look what returns, even those purples up to the north, and that signifies temperatures around -30. This time of year, we often see that mix of rain and snow.
Amazing scenery, inspiring art, or a chance to play cowboy. Whatever your adventure, start planning it at TravelTex.com.
Well, with winter-like conditions for many across the country, you may be thinking of escaping for warmer temperatures. Through the prairies, we are seeing much cooler air. We do have some snow to the north through Quebec as well, and then a messy system again for Atlantic Canada with periods of rain and snow. Different story for Texas, though. Yes, there's rain, but 30 degrees in San Antonio, 28 in Houston with overcast skies, and 23 with sun and cloud in Dallas. Krissy Vann joining you, and as you can see, traveling into this long weekend, well, we've had quite a bit of active weather across the country, particularly in Ontario. We're in the northwestern portions of the province. It's actually not been mild cold. We've been seeing snow, and to the south, a rainy day. But of course, whether it's soggy or not, I'm sure many of you enjoyed finally having above seasonal temperatures. Well deserved on Thursday. I'm sure that bike ride felt a lot better than it has previously. Let's face it, through March, we didn't have many days of hope. Normally we get into the double digits, and you know that spring weather is coming. Not so much this year, but in Goderich, you were 13 on Thursday, 12 in London, 19 in St. Catharines. It was a windows down, open the windows in the house type of day. Hopefully, if you had the sunroof open, that has been closed as we saw showers through Thursday. And looking at Friday, another round. So in the afternoon, we have the potential through southwestern Ontario of seeing that convective activity. It is looking to stick stateside, but we will get that 10 to 15 millimeters of rain. Sun and cloud to start things off, though. 5 in London, 4 in Toronto, 3 as we head up into Barrie. And then as we head through the afternoon, you'll notice on your Windsor and London icons, yes, 10 degrees, but the showers begin. And you know what comes behind those showers? Much colder air. So as we head through Friday overnight into Saturday morning, this story, look at that, the blues, the purples start to sink in. It could become a flurry story. Even on Sunday, southern Ontario could pick up a trace of snow, but causing the instability right now, of course, we had the warm front pass through earlier. Friday, it clears out, and then we have this another wave of moisture that's pushing up from the south. Looking through your Friday, though, overall seasonal temperatures. So that's a win because we haven't had much of them. The cooler air moves in. You get your bit of a break through the beginning half of the day on Saturday, and then into Sunday, it's going to feel chilly for your Easter Sunday. And in addition, if you're doing an Easter egg hunt in the garden, it's probably going to be rather soggy from the wet weather. And then unfortunately, as I say, some of us could be dealing with that trace of snow as well. Now, coming up, we will be talking about some Easter egg hunts from around the globe. That's next.